If you are over 50 and trying to figure out what you can do from home, I want you to stop asking yourself one question. What new skill do I need to learn? Because you may not need to learn anything new at all. You may need to just simply recognize the value of the skills that you already have, the ones that you've been using for 20, 30, 40 years. And I'm not just talking about the skills that you have listed on your resume. No. I'm talking about the things that people come to you for on a regular basis, the problems that you already know how to solve, the things that you do automatically because you've been doing them for so long. I want you to look at those things, and what we've probably done is look at those things as this, well, that's just me. That's just what I do. They are very valuable, and I want you to understand that. They're things that we overlook because we don't think that they're worth anything, or we don't think that they're valuable, or they don't feel special to us anymore, right? So today I want to give you 5 things that you can do, 5 work from home businesses based on the skills that you probably already have. And no, absolutely not. You do not need to become an influencer. You do not need to learn how to code. And you definitely don't need to know how to dance on TikTok. Okay? Let's get into it. Number 1, if you're good at organizing chaos, and you know who you are, everybody has 17 tabs open, papers everywhere, deadlines looming, and or being missed, and you're the person saying, okay, here's what we need to do first. That is a skill, my friend. And businesses pay people to do just that. You could offer virtual organization or project support to small businesses, to small business owners, to consultants, to real estate professionals. Hello. Coaches, nonprofit organizations, anybody who has more things to do, more than systems to manage them, right? They have more things than to be able to manage them. Sorry, I said that wrong. You might organize schedules. You might create workflows. What else? You might set up client files for them, right? For me, for real estate professionals. You might be able to track projects. You might be able to coordinate appointments. Those things that come easy for you as an organizer, right? Someone is going to pay you for that skill. I want you to understand. And notice, I didn't say you had to become a full-time virtual assistant. That's not what this is about. You can package what you're actually good at and sell the one package, right? Maybe you offer a one-time business organization session. Or maybe you help somebody clean up their client profiles or their client process, what they need to do, right? Maybe you organize, here's one, their digital files, or create a system for keeping track of leads or ideas. The business comes from solving the problem, not necessarily taking on another job, right? Number 2, if you're good at explaining things, right? And this one is huge. If you're good at explaining things, some people know a lot but can't really explain to save their life. They can't explain it. They know what they know, but they can't explain it. If you're the person who can take something complicated and say, "Oh, this is let me explain this in layman's terms. Let me break it down for you. Let me explain this to you like it's easy." You know those books, So and So for Dummies? You're that person who wrote the book, right? You're not, but you are, right? Think training, think onboarding, think tutoring, think workshops, consulting, instructional materials, online courses, customer education. And this is one I've been thinking about entirely different, even for myself lately. I've spent years explaining real estate transactions, contracts, compliance issues, processes, technology, all kinds of things, right? To people who needed to understand exactly what was happening, right? For years, I just considered that a part of the job. But when you look at it, that is training. You are training, right? That's teaching, that's communication. So ask yourself, what do people regularly ask me to explain? If you're the person in the family that somebody has a contract or an issue and they bring it to you and say, "Hey, break this down for me," this is your lane. right? Because somebody somewhere, there's a problem, or a person has a problem, or even a business that's willing to pay you to simply explain things clearly. Number 3, you're good with people. Not everybody is a people person. Newsflash. Not everyone is good with people. Listen, don't underestimate this one. There are people with every certification imaginable. They got degrees on top of degrees who cannot build a rapport with another human being. And you've spent years working with customers, with clients, with patients, with employees, with parents, with peers, with vendors, with students, whoever. And you have developed people skills that are extremely valuable that a lot of people do not have. Those skills can translate into a business, a very good business. You could provide client onboarding services, customer service, customer experience consulting, sales support. You could do community management. You could create follow-up systems. Or even relationship business development. For example, maybe there's a small business owner who is great at what she does, but terrible at follow-up with potential clients, right? You could create and manage that flow or that follow-up process for her. Maybe there's someone who has an online community and just needs someone who actually knows how to make people feel welcomed instead of just throwing out information or throwing an automated email at them, right? That doesn't work for everybody. That is a service. Sometimes what you're selling is not necessarily technical expertise. Sometimes what you're selling is the ability to make people feel heard, to make people feel seen, and that's a big one, right? To make people feel understood and taken care of. Don't dismiss that simply because it comes natural to you, right? Number 4, if you're the person who always finds the answers, every family has one. In my family, it's my sister-in-law. I tell her all the time, she absolutely knows everything. Somebody says to you, I wonder how you do such and such. Boom, you got an answer, right? And 30 minutes later, you have 4 websites open, 3 prices compared, 2 reviews analyzed, and you already know which one they're going to choose. That's called research. You can research, and research can absolutely become a business. People pay other people big money simply to research, right? Small businesses need competitor research. They need product research. They need vendor research. They need lead research. They need market research, right? They need content research. And the list goes on and on, right? You could even specialize. Maybe you're a content creator research person, right? So you can come up with ideas that people who are content creators can use, right? So maybe you research travel options. Maybe you research grants. Maybe you research products or services for different businesses. Maybe you help someone compare software before they spend $200 a month on something they don't actually need. And now that we have AI, good research is actually more valuable, not less. Just because it's available to people doesn't mean they're going to use it. You can utilize AI to do the research, because AI can give you information fairly quickly, like lickety split, right? But somebody who still needs to know what questions to ask, what information makes sense, right? And what looks questionable and what needs to be verified. That judgment comes from experience, and you have that. Here's the last one. If people come to you because you've been through this before, and this may be the most overlooked business opportunity of them all, experience-based consulting. You don't have to call yourself a guru. You might not be. You might be. It doesn't matter. You don't have to pretend to know everything. You simply know more about a particular problem, right, than the person who's currently in it or trying to solve it. That's it. Maybe you spent 25 years in human resources, and maybe you've hired and trained employees, and maybe you've even managed an office. Maybe you spent decades in healthcare, right? In healthcare administration, education, banking, real estate, government, insurance, or even customer service. There are small businesses and individuals who need that knowledge but don't necessarily need or can afford a full-time employee. That creates an opportunity for consulting, right? And consulting does not have to mean some complicated $10,000 corporate contract. It does not. It could be a 90-minute business strategy. It could be a small package. It could be a review and an audit, a recommendation, a plan. Start with the problem you know how to help solve. Here's the bigger issue, and this is what I want you to take from this video. After 50, we have a tendency to look at the online businesses and the business world and think everybody else has some skill that we missed. They know social media, they know AI, they know all this technology, and sometimes it can have us start thinking that we have to go back and start from scratch or go back to zero and become somebody completely different in order to make money online. You do not. Technology can help you package what you already know. AI can help you work faster. The internet can help you reach people you have never reached in 20 years or 20 years ago. But the value has always been there. Your job is to identify it, package it, right? And connect it to somebody who has a problem that you already know how to solve. That's it. This is a much better starting place than randomly searching for another side hustle, than picking up, doing things that you don't really want to do. I don't know about you, but not everybody wants to go out here and make 50 Canva templates to sell to somebody else. Not everybody wants to do that, right? So here's your homework. You know, I'm going to give you homework. Ask yourself, what do people already come to me for? What do I know? What do I already know that I barely even think about anymore? What problem could that particular skill solve for someone else? Because the answer may be the beginning of your next income stream. Listen, I'm 59 years old, and one of the biggest things I'm learning in this season of my life is that starting your next chapter does not always mean starting over. Sometimes it means finally recognizing the value of everything you've learned in the chapters before this one. And they are so valuable, right? If this sounds like where you are right now, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because that's exactly what we talk about over here. Making money, using AI, building something of your own, and figuring out what your next chapter can actually look like. And tell me in the comments, what is the one thing that people always come to you for, right? I'll see you in the next one.